Keep this in mind, baby. We're getting to the nitty and gritty. We ain't here to play. I don't care what your favorite color is. I don't care what your favorite basketball team is. That's not telling me who you are as a person. That's not allowing me to evaluate you to figure out if you work well with me. I could care less what your favorite color is. You can go paint a rainbow with your favorite color. I couldn't care any less what your favorite color is. I need to know who you are. Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to A Complete Vibe. I am Cherie, and over here we speak about things like womanhood, confidence tips, personal development, fashion. So if that's your type of vibe, then I invite you to join. Click the link, click the like and follow button. So let's get into this video. So the other day I made a video about how to properly vet men better so you can get better results. And within that video, I gave tips and ways you can, get to the end goal better, figure out early on what type of man he is. But I also didn't realize within that video, I didn't give you guys any questions to ask. So that's what this video is about. I have about 30 or so good questions you can ask. Make sure you stay till the end so you can get the full scope. Because like I said, the end result is to get better results when you're dating and vetting these men. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one, what's your full name? What's your first, middle, and last? And if you want to pay that $29.99 for a background check, feel free to do that as well. You need to know exactly who you're dealing with. What is your full name? Are you the third? Are you the fourth? Are you a junior? Are you Esquire? What's your full name? Number two, are you currently married or separated or divorced? Does anybody live in your household with you? What role do you feel the man should play in the relationship? What are the dynamics you think a relationship should have? Do you feel the man should be the provider, the protector? Do you feel the woman should just cook and clean? Do you feel like we both should work and we both come home, and when we come home, only the woman cooks and cleans and take care of the kids, get the kids ready for bed, feed them dinner, give them a story time, give them a bath, and then you expect her to come in the room and have wild, passionate sex with you? What dynamics do you think should be in a relationship? How do you think a relationship should play out? Because keep this in mind, baby. We're getting to the nitty and gritty. We ain't here to play. I don't care what your favorite color is. I don't care what your favorite basketball team is. That's not telling me who you are as a person. That's not allowing me to evaluate you to figure out if you work well with me. I could care less what your favorite color is. You can go paint a rainbow with your favorite color. I couldn't care any less what your favorite color is. I need to know who you are. At this point in your life, what type of relationship do you desire? Do you desire just to have a friend with benefits? Are you looking for a wife? Are you looking for a companion? Are you looking for a friendship? And don't tell me something like, I just want to see what happens. No, you're a man. You should know where your life is headed. You should know what type of relationship works best for you right now at this point in your life. Give me a direct answer. What type of relationship do you want right now? Not when you go get that promotion, not 5 years later, not after you buy your house. Right now, today, at this exact moment, what type of relationship do you think will work best for you? What's your argumentative style? How do you argue? How do you disagree? Do you have to yell and curse to get your point across? Are you able to sit down and communicate and compromise and comprehend? Are you able to be quiet for a while so you can hear both sides of the story? Or is your point always right and everyone else always wrong? When you get in an argument and get upset, do you like to punch walls? Do you like to punch people? Do you like to punch women? Have you punched your woman before? How do you, and that leads me to, how do you react when you're angry? How do you react when it's not going your way? How do you react when life has all the odds stacked up against you? How do you deal with that? How do you process that? Do you have any children? How many do you have? Are there any possibilities that you could have some more out there? If there is a possibility, why is your child out there with no father? Why have you not gotten a DNA test by now? Oh, the woman won't let you? You can go to court and get an order. So what's your excuse? I know you ain't out here calling yourself a man and you're not fathering these kids you're out here making. What's your parenting style? You know, when you do have kids, or if you do have kids now, how do you parent them? You know, do you believe in gentle parenting? Do you believe that you should just whoop the child every time the child makes a mistake? Do you believe in being their best friend? Do you believe in when something goes wrong, everybody goes in their room and close their doors and nobody says anything? How do you plan to parent, or how are you parenting? Are you fully involved in your child's life, or are you okay just seeing them on the weekends? What's their best friend's name? What school do your kids go to? What are the interests of your kids? Do you know any of that? You don't? Okay, so that shows me you're a horrible father. Oh, the mother won't let you see the kids. Okay, that's what courts are for. That's what lawyers are for. You mean to tell me you can't stand in court for a few hours, but you can stand in line to get some new shoes? That's not too attractive to me. It may be to you, but that's not attractive to me. When were you last tested for STDs? What did those results say? When was the last time you've been to your primary care doctor? Do you have a primary care doctor? Are you willing to go get tested again? Because I know the last time you had that STD test, you done had sex since then. So are you willing to go get tested now? Like right now? Like, can we get up and go to your doctor's office right now so you can go get tested and go get blood work? And then can I see those results? Can we go on a date to the doctor's office so we can both get tested before anybody's legs get spread open? Do you have a clean bill of health? Have you had any STDs in the past? Did you clear it up? Was it something you couldn't get rid of? What's going on? Have you had any, and I do mean any, sexual situations with men? Any type of oral sex, any type of penetration, kissing, anything involving another man? Even if you had a threesome, where were you at the whole time, and where was this other man at the whole time? You mean tell me you had a threesome with a man and a woman and not two women? You had a threesome with a man and a woman. So what was the man doing? And what were you doing simultaneously? Did your things ever touch? Even on accident, did they ever kind of touch? Did you enjoy watching that man penetrate that woman? Did that turn you on in any type of way? No judgment. You know, I just want to know. Have you ever been sexually attracted to another man? Has a man ever given you oral? Have you ever given another man oral? What's your sexuality? Are you bi? Are you curious? Have you ever wondered? What about back in college? You and your best friend, did y'all ever like get drunk and something went down and y'all swore each other to secrecy? Like, what is any sexual situation you have had with a man? Please tell me, I want to know. I'm all ears. What kind of sex do you enjoy? Vanilla? Kinky? Are you freaky? Are you nasty? Are you disgusting? How often do you think sex should happen in a relationship? Let's say per week, maybe per day. Do you think sex should happen like 4, 5, 6 times a day? 4, 5, 6 times a week? 4, 5, 6 times a month? How often do you think it should happen? Are you cool with spontaneous sex? Does it always have to be in the bedroom? Can I pull up to your job and tell you to go in the closet and close the door? Like, what's your style? What are you into? Is it anything you're curious about? Is it anything you've always wanted to do sexually that you haven't done yet? Is it anything sexually you desire that you think most people may find weird? And also, keep this in mind, because I forgot to say this in the beginning. Seriously, you don't want this to feel like an interview or you're badgering the witness or something on the stand. You want to make it as close as possible to a normal conversation. So let's say you guys are on a date and you just happen to walk past the courthouse. Ask him, oh babe, you got a criminal record? Have you ever been arrested for anything? See, like, allow certain opportunities to be opportunities to ask some questions. You don't ever want to make somebody feel like you're just interviewing them and you're just on them like, answer all my questions right now. Do you have any mental health issues in your family? Anything that shows up often? Are you opposed to going to therapy if it's ever needed? Have you ever been to therapy? Have you ever went and sat down and talked to someone and got all of your feelings out? Are you against it? If you have health insurance, can I book you a therapy appointment and you will go? What happened in your last 3 relationships? How did they end? How would your exes describe you? What role did you play in the breakup? Because you played some role. Pay attention and see if he takes any accountability for anything he's done wrong in those relationships. Ask him, what did you learn? Did you learn that you could be more supportive? Did you learn that you're not really understanding? Like, what did you learn in these relationships? And how would you apply that going forward? How often do you go to the dentist? Like, how's your oral health? And because keep in mind, his tongue is going to be different places on your body, on different holes on your body. His oral health matters to your health. When was the last time you went to the dentist? How's your gums? Do you scrape your tongue or do you have that white film on your tongue? Are your gums healthy? Or do they also have a white film on them? Do you ever have any bumps inside of your mouth? Do you ever have any blisters inside of your mouth? Do you have cavities? How long have they been there? Are you ever going to get them fixed? Do you ever go for a cleaning? Some cities, most cities have free dentist days. And you can go to a certain dentist and get absolutely free care. So why is your mouth not healthy? And since your mouth is not healthy, you don't plan on putting that tongue inside my mouth, do you? Because that ain't how this works. If my mouth is top tier, trust and believe, your mouth has to be top tier too. Your hygiene has to be on point as well. How often do you believe in taking baths? Do you shower every day? Do you feel like you can shower a few times a week? And then how do you shower? Do you just sit there and like pour soap on the top of your head and let it run down your body? Do you wash every place twice? Like, how do you take a bath? That's sad to say, and it's crazy you gotta ask people these questions, but how do you take a bath? Do you actually lather yourself up? What's your process? Do you believe in bathing with washcloths, or you just want to put the soap in your hand, the bar soap in your hand, and go over your body like that? Like, how do you believe in taking baths? Are you currently working on any goals, any life goals, any goals at all? Do you have any goals? Are you working towards anything right now? Are you content with where you're at in life? Across the board, relationship-wise, job-wise, financially, where you live, what car you drive, your career. Tell me your goals. What are your future plans? Have any? That's the issue. Because if you don't know where you're headed, how can I expect you to lead me in a relationship as well? So we both just gonna be confused. And I can't have that. I need to know where you're headed so I can know if I fit in to your plan or not. Because if you plan on going to med school for the next 4 years and you're going to be completely focused on med school, you're going to be at school and at the hospital all day, you're going to come home, sleep for a few hours, get up and go back to it, and that's going to be your life for the next 4 years, I don't really fit into that plan. You see? Speaking of plans, what's your career title? What are your career goals? And also, do you enjoy your job? And that question is important, because if he hates getting up, going to his job, if he doesn't like the money he's making, if he doesn't like his job, guess what? That stress and that irritability has to come out somewhere else in his life. And guess who's going to be the main component to receive that energy? You. The last thing you want is additional stress and pain and heartache in your life. If he's not happy in his career, if he has no plans to get out of that situation, he's miserable. He's going to be tired. He's going to be exhausted. He's not going to be in a joyful, excited mood all the time, because he hates his career. He hates getting up, going to work. He's going to hate coming home, because he knows he has to come home, go to sleep, and get up and do it again the next day. He has to be content and happy within his career. If he isn't content or happy, he has to have goals that he is currently working on to get out of that career and get into a new one or a better one. How do you think bills should be split? Within a marriage, within a relationship, if we stay in 2 different households, but we're together, we're in a committed relationship, how do you think those bills should be split? Do you think you should pay your bills at your house and I pay my bills at my house? Or do you believe you should pay both of our bills because you're my man? Does it change once you're married? Do you believe in that when you're married that the man should pay all the bills? Or again, are the bills split? Do the man pay most of the bills? Does the woman pick up the smaller bills? How do you feel about bills? How do you think bills should be processed throughout the relationship? How do you receive love? How do you give love? And that probably has a lot to do with his childhood. Usually, this is just in general. Whatever a person usually did not receive in their childhood is usually their love language in adulthood. So let's say they were neglected a lot in their childhood. In their adulthood, their love language may be physical touch, words of affirmation, like things they just did not get within their childhood. So keep that in mind too. Ask them those questions. What do you feel like you did not get in your childhood? Whatever he did not get, are you capable of providing that now in his adulthood? If he needs lots of reassurance, are you able to do that? Even if he needs reassurance constantly, because I have met a few guys who were like that, like constantly they needed to be reassured. Do you have enough energy to provide that if that's what he needs? And also, you need to know how you receive love and what works best for you. I know for me, like I'm a physical person. I need to physically be around you. Like my best friend just took me out for breakfast for my birthday. That's what I needed, to physically be with her. Like if she would have sent me a cash out to go get breakfast, the gift wouldn't have meant nothing to me. But since she gave me her time and her physical body, with me, that was like the highest form of love to me. It doesn't get any better than that for me. So know how you receive love as well, but also ask him, how does he receive it and how does he give it? If he only gives his love through gifts, but you need to receive love through physical touch, then that's a disconnect. So you can ask him, well, even though you give love this way, this is how I receive it. Are you capable of giving it to me that way? Is that an issue for you? It is? Okay, well, it was nice me talking to you. Recognize and listen early on so you won't have to waste your time. You won't be blindsided down the road. Don't miss the red flags early on and then complain down the road. Oh, well, I didn't know he was a cheater. Well, if you would have asked him or did some research, you would have noticed that he has cheating. That's a pattern for him. That's what he does. Have you ever been to prison for any reason? Do you have a criminal record? Do you have anything on your background that may prevent you from getting ahead in life? Have you even been accused of a crime before? Not committed, but accused. Well, speaking of, have you also been committed? Have you been accused or committed of any crime? And listen, when you ask these questions, ask them and listen. Listen, sit back and listen. Be quiet and listen. Allow him to answer and try your best to ask open-ended questions to keep him talking. You want to know as much information as soon as possible so you can know the type of man you're dealing with or the type of man you shouldn't be dealing with at all. But you're going to have to sit back and listen. How are you with money? Are you currently in debt? If so, and most people are in some type of debt, either a mortgage on their house, maybe they took a loan out for their kid to go to college. That's reasonable. Ask. Now, if he's in a multitude, if he's in a lot of debt, ask him. You need to know these things. You need to know the type of person you're getting involved with. Because if he's already in a lot of debt, let's say you guys decide to get married, you automatically assume his debt. The moment you guys are married and sign that paper, his debt now becomes your debt. And if you've worked hard to get your credit right and, get your credit score to where you need it to be, and, like you in the high 700s, 800s, and here he comes with a few $100,000s worth of debt that you had no idea about. Now you have to work to get that off of your credit because of him. So ask, what are you in debt for? Do you have an outstanding balance on anything, on any credit cards, on any property? Do you have any liens on your house? Where are you? Where are you on this scale? Where are you? Also, how are you with money? If we were in a household together, would I need to take care of the bills, or not take care, like pay for, but will I need to pay attention to of how the bills get paid? Do I need to take on that role? Or are you good with managing money? Are you excellent or are you horrible? Where on the scale do you fall? What would I need to do to help? Name 5 flaws you have. And make sure you listen closely. Just say, name 5 flaws you have. Quickly. What are 5 flaws you have? So if he's saying things like, oh, well, I lose my temper. People are always lying on me. Just pay attention to what he's saying. Is he taking any accountability? Is it everybody else's fault for all these things that are wrong with him? Just listen closely. And when they tell you these 5 things, I promise you, this is usually the most truthful answer you can get from them. So whatever they say, take them at their core. Take that as that is his absolute truth. Who is your favorite person and why? And wait for him to respond. So if he says something like, oh, my mom is my favorite person, say why? Why? And if he says something like, oh, well, she makes sure my laundry is folded. Oh, she always, makes sure I'm good. She always checks on me. She always cooks for me. That's stuff she's doing. That's going to directly compare to what he expects from you. Now, if he says something like, oh, well, my favorite person is my daughter, and you say, well, why? And he says, oh, because I love her personality. She's so outgoing. She's creative. She's in her own lane. She doesn't care what anybody else thinks. Now he's naming characteristics about her. That's what you want, because that's why he loves her. That's the beauty he sees in her. So again, he's going to directly relate or correlate that to you. So when you guys are together and someone asks him, why do you love her? He'll say, oh man, she's everything. She has a beautiful spirit about herself. She's unique. Like, he's going to pull out the qualities you have about yourself and love you for that. You want a person to love you for who you are and not what you can do for them. And that's no different when, you know, women say, oh, I'm a good woman because I can cook and I can clean and I can give him good sex. Okay, a prostitute can give him good sex and a maid can cook and clean for him. You're naming things you can do. What can you be? Who are you? Ask yourself that. Who are you? At your core, who are you? Are you supportive? Are you encouraging? Are you caring? Are you nurturing? Do you have a beautiful soul about yourself? Do you have a peace and presence about yourself where people just can come and they want to tell you all their problems because they still feel so comfortable around you, like in your atmosphere? Stop focusing on what you can do or what someone can do for you, and instead turn your attention to what you can be or who you are and how that can benefit a relationship. Spiritually speaking, what or who do you believe in? Whatever his response is, you have to figure out if that works best for you, if that blends with what you believe in or not. If that's going to be an issue, if he's a Catholic and you're an atheist, if that's an issue for you, address it now. If you guys can't work past through that, bye. Don't waste your time. It's not going to work. What's your relationship with your parents, your siblings, your kids? Again, listen. If he feels like family isn't important, but family is important to you, you need to figure that out. What do you value most in relationships? Again, pay attention of what he appreciates the most is what someone can do for him, because that's unhealthy and selfish. Tell me your story. And that sounds so much better than tell me who are you? Tell me who you are. No, tell me your story. And sit back and listen. What qualities do you find most attractive in a partner? And listen, whatever his response is, you should know before you even start dating, you should know in your core what type of woman you are. So whatever his answers are, if that doesn't correlate well with you, don't waste your time. If he wants a woman who's all about him, who waits on him hand and foot, who's at the house when he gets off of work, but you're the type of woman, you're independent, you love to work, you love to be social, you love to be out, that relationship may not work out best for you. Cut your ties early on. Do you like space? Do you need space? Are you clingy? Do you like to be around your spouse consistently? Or do you believe in seeing her once a week? Do you want to see her every day? Do you want to see her from all of your free time you want to give to your woman? Or do you just want to, give her a few hours here and there? What type of space do you need? What have you tolerated in the past that you definitely would not tolerate anymore? This personally for me, my answer is giving me mediocre treatment. And I accepting it. There's no way I would accept it now. But back in the day, baby, you could give me the bare minimum and I would be okay with it. Because I didn't know myself, my worth, my value. I knew nothing. I was literally like a young girl winging it, trying to figure it out. I didn't know that I could speak up for myself and say, hey, I don't really like when you do that. I didn't know I had that freedom. But baby, now that I do, you're gonna have to come with it. And you're gonna have to come full force. So yeah, what have you tolerated in the past that you would definitely not tolerate now? Are you willing to compromise on anything? Or are you always correct? What's your strength or strengths? Because yeah, you're good over here and I'm good over here, but baby, when we come together, we should be a force to be reckoned with. What can you provide better than anybody else? Can I complement that? Can we really build something and go somewhere? Do you believe in legacy? Are you driven by legacy? If not, if you don't care about the future and what impact you will have on this earth, do you not care about that? Or do you care? Okay, so what steps are you making towards your legacy? Do you believe in having property and ownership? Do you believe in teaching the youth? I mean, what's up? Where's your legacy? Okay, so with these questions alone, you should be able to not only ask, but get a better vision of who this man is and if you can see yourself in the future with this particular man. Also, don't be afraid to like cut the cord. If you know that this man does not work best for you, it's okay. It's plenty of men out there. I know you guys believe that it's a shortage on men, but trust me, it's not. Well, you only need one, and you can get to your one. Don't be afraid to dismiss what does not work best for you. Keep your standards high, keep your boundaries intact. Okay? If you remember nothing else, remember that. If you still need additional information, I have a free ebook on self-love. It will be linked below. I also have another ebook. It's called The Ultimate Glow Up: How to Increase Your Femininity, Your Magnetism, Your Confidence, and Your Self-Love. Because I am all about that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video informative in any type of way, please feel free to like, share, like send to your homegirl who keeps picking dusties. Comment, like keep engaging this video in some type of way if you found it helpful. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Stay around, watch some more videos, and I will see you next time. Peace. Have a good day, baby.